In this video, I'll be showing you and telling you guys why everyone nowadays is getting into these luxury vehicles, BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, whatever you think you cannot get, you can, and I will be telling you why. This is what the banks look for. Be sure to watch until the end of the video so you can get some key important notes on why and how you can get these luxury cars. Stay tuned, and if you're new to the channel, smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Peace! With the dealership behind the scenes playlist, I'll be going over everything you guys need to know. Make sure to watch to the end of the video. Peace!
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? It's Young Water, and I'm back at the car dealership with some more action. Every time we get new cars in here, every time anything pops up that's new, that I think that's worth showing you guys, my subscribers, I'm gonna tell you, this is pretty cool. These new BMWs, look at this one right behind me. This is a 330i. When I was growing up back in the day, these used to all be an inline six. This is a 4-cylinder now. These new cars are getting more efficient. They're competing with these electric companies and all these gas savers. Gas prices are soaring through the roof. So these new BMWs with the competition out there, these are all 4-cylinders. They're 4-bangers. These are actually really good on gas. Let's show you guys what the miles per gallon is on something like this. This is a 2017 BMW 330i. The new BMWs, and if you look here, I'm gonna show you guys, okay? Miles per gallon, 23 city, 34 highway. That is really good for a BMW. This vehicle is turbocharged, as you can see, but the engine is just a 2-liter 4-cylinder. They just have the turbocharger in here, or this would be a grandma's car. You need a little power when you drive these cars, so that's why that's in there, okay? And believe it or not, it comes loaded with options at a reasonable price. A vehicle like this for a BMW 330i, a luxury car, believe it or not, it is possible. It's only $25,000. So a vehicle like this with a solid $2,000, $3,000 down payment should easily have your payment around $350 a month. If you have bad credit, they're just gonna give you a shorter term with a higher interest rate, which that means less payments with more interest paid to the bank. So your payment's gonna shoot up from that $350 mark closer to the $450 mark, and maybe even higher if they cut down the term some more. Keep in mind, getting these luxury vehicles is not impossible. A lot of people come in here to the dealership and they think, oh my God, BMW, a Mercedes, an Audi. I can't get that. I need to stick with something in my ballpark like a little Honda Civic or something. But no, that is not true. Hear me out. When you go to a car dealership, these lenders, they just want to see if the person they're going to be loaning all this money to for a vehicle like this is going to be consistent. Are they a consistent person? How much job time do they have? How long have they been at their company for? That's very important. They don't like to see people that are jumping from job to job. If you're doing Uber or DoorDash, keep in mind you're picking your own schedule. The banks don't really like to see that. But if you have a full-time job, I don't care if it's at McDonald's, I don't care if it's at Walmart, I don't care if you're flipping burgers. If you're consistent and you can prove your income, the banks love to see that. As long as you can prove it, because a lot of people come in here and they're getting paid under the table. When you get paid under the table, that opens a whole can of worms, because me as the finance manager, I have a really hard time proving your income. You can say you make $10,000 a month or $1,000 Social Security. Doesn't matter what it is if you can prove it or not. Some of these banks are pretty lenient. They'll let you use your bank statements on your phone. You could print it out and show your finance manager or whoever's getting you approved. But if you do not have your bank statement access, the number one thing they ask for is the most recent paycheck stub. It is not impossible to get a car like this. I've got 500 credit scores approved for BMWs before, low 500s. As long as they are a credible person and that they are consistent. That's mainly what these lenders look for. It is not impossible. Anyone can get a nice car. BMW, a Mercedes, and Audi is not out of reach. The second thing they really look for is equity. If you come in here and you want to buy a $25,000 car, hear me out. If you want to buy a $25,000 car and you come in here with $500 down payment or $1,000 down payment, do you really think the bank's going to loan you $24,000 if you're putting nothing down or close to nothing down? It doesn't work like that. A lot of people, I used to have a Hellcat, a SRT on the dealership. It's a $63,000 car. When people come in here and tell me they want to put $1,000 down, $500 down, I think to myself, man, are you crazy? The DMV fees is not even $500. You know what I mean? So typically, let me just cut straight to the point. When you're buying a car, it doesn't matter what the price of the car is. You want to cover the tax and license. Show the bank you have a little equity down so they can loan you the rest of the amount. They don't want to give the car to somebody that's putting nothing on the table, nothing to prove for it. Like I said, credibility, equity, consistency. So far, those are the three things they really look for when you want a really nice vehicle, because it is possible. The middle class has been rolling around in luxury cars for as long as I can remember. It's not always the rich and the famous. You know what I mean? Anyone can do it. It's not easy. You just need to think logical. Residents, I mean, everyone has different living situations, and it is very important to understand when you have a residence and you've been living there for a long time, you have to have proof of your residence. It doesn't matter if it's a bank statement that shows your name and address at the top, or if it's a utility bill. A utility bill is what the banks prefer to look at, because utility bill like SMUD, PG&E, something like that, it really shows and it can prove that you've been working there and with that company, not the company, excuse me. You've been at that residence for that time, and you can prove that there's mail coming in there, because when they send their car note out to your house, they want to make sure you get it. They want to make sure you're seeing your bills and getting your notes, because if you disappear, they're going to go out and look for the car, repo it. It's going to ruin your credit and ruin your life. Last and foremost is the full coverage insurance. Usually, if you don't have full coverage insurance, they won't even let you drive off the lot. Really, they won't. If you don't have full coverage insurance policy, you can hit the road pretty much. Liability is not going to cut it. Your little $50, $60 you're paying for liability, that's a joke. If you crash into somebody, you're screwed. You're pretty much begging and hoping for someone to hit you, and that's not what the bank wants. They're not going to give you the loan. So pretty much, I'm going to cut straight to the point. Follow me, subscribe, like the video, because we're gonna keep dropping these new vehicles. We're gonna show you guys all about them, and we're gonna pretty much go over one by one. Whenever something's worth showing, worth telling, and you think there's no hope left in the world for you, you can't get these luxury cars, you are wrong. You gotta start getting your ducks in a row, because you can do it. I'm counting on you. Peace.